get to more of your responses in just a bit. But first, let's welcome in BYU senior wide receiver Mitchell Juergens to Studio B. Mitchell, did you get much sleep last night?
I tried to. Got enough, as much as I could, so I'm just happy to be here.
How is your shoulder, and how did you play on that?
It's getting better. It was definitely pretty sore last night. But, you know, I got to thank the training staff. They did a really good job with me and just helped me get back on the field. And it was an awesome win as a team, and so it was good to be part of.
Sprained shoulder, for those that don't know, career high 10 receptions. And you were joking with us during the break that you caught that first pass and we're kind of like, got drilled, and then it was kind of a reality check for you. Walk us through that moment when you went back in with the injury.
Yeah, so I had just, came out of the tunnel again and went straight up to the coaches. I was like, hey, I'm good to go. And so right when I said, hey, I'm good to go, they called my personnel, and so I ran out there. They called a play, and I knew the ball could be coming to me. And so I just ran my route, caught the ball, and right when I caught it, I got drilled. And when I was on the ground, I was like, I hope I'm okay. and then I stood up and I started like walking off the field, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. So
I can do this.
I could do it.
When did you get the shoulder sprain, and how quickly did you realize, oh, something's wrong?
So it was late in the second quarter. It was kind of on our 2-minute drive. I caught a ball, was bubbling out on the sideline, and then got tackled pretty hard and just landed straight on my shoulder. And right when I landed on it, I knew I did something.
On their sideline, right?
Yeah, on their sideline. So I ran across, tapped my helmet just to signal, hey, someone come in, went and immediately got it checked. They took me in the locker room and, did what they do. So
this is the year of the shoulder adversity for the Juergens brothers. Garrett breaks his clavicle in fall camp, and now you have the sprained shoulder.
I know. Yeah, when I went down, I was like, I'm just praying it's not a broken collarbone, broken clavicle, because, I was like, we can't do that as a family again. So I'm very blessed that it wasn't anything more serious.
I'm impressed by you on the field, but maybe more off the field, because I don't know if this was part of you getting a scholarship, but you've become the interview guy even when times are tough, or this morning after a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
What goes into that?
I don't know. I don't know why you guys keep coming to me, but I'm happy to do it, and so it's a great opportunity for me.
I mean, after the Michigan game, no one wants to talk, but you came out and talked.
Let's go get Mitch
on our post-game show. What was it about that you said, you know what, I'll speak, I'll represent?
When whoever comes to me and asks me to do something, I'm happy to do it. Obviously, rebounding from a loss like that, it's hard. You have mixed emotions, trying to find the words to say, but. The good thing is we're always looking at the positive. So even if a bad game happens, I know that, we're able to bounce back from this, and to be able to voice that to the public is good.
I just remembered something that showed up on my Twitter timeline a few weeks ago as I am looking at a tweet from Bronco Mendenhall where he is lobbying for you to get some dates. So after that lobbying and working through the sprained shoulder, how's the dating game right now, Mitch?
I think it'll pick up.
Wait, how did it not pick up after the Boise State game, man?
It did. I mean, I'm just, and like we kind of talked about in the Bronco show, is, I'm busy right now, and with school, football,
okay,
a lot of things, and so. But there's always time, and I'm making time for that. So, thanks to Bronco.
Yeah. Bronco trying to hook everyone up with dates, I guess. You should be king of the library, dude. You just walk in there and the girls flock, right? Colby Pearson told Spencer on Thursday in an interview for the pregame show, hey, we're going to come out slinging it. I was a little surprised by that, in that I know the running backs were hurt, and that makes sense, but I thought weather might be an issue, and it wasn't, so you could do that. That was the game plan? Let's sling it?
No, it was definitely the game plan all week to sling it. That's where Tanner's comfortable, is he's got a great arm, so why not use it? And coming into the game, we all were watching the weather reports and hoping that it would hold off, so we really could. Because, the weather does play a factor, especially in the passing game, but fortunately it wasn't bad enough, so we were able to stick to that game plan and really move the ball up and down the field on UConn.
Mitch, a member of BYU Sports Nation at TRTL Turtle, asks, what did Tanner say to Mitch after the big hit immediately after you caught the ball?
The one where I came back in?
Yes.
I don't know. I think he was just like, hey, because
Are you
he
alive?
well, he didn't know that I was coming back, and so when he saw me on the field, I think he was a little surprised. He like looked over and gave me and Mitch a signal and was like, Juergens out, and so when I caught the ball and came back, he was like, hey, good to have you back. He didn't say anything about the hit, but yeah, he was glad that I was back, and I was glad to be out there.
You made a comment about Tanner Mangum last week that I was impressed with. He was real positive despite what was going on. Who in that game last night? You're down 10-7 midway through the third. Yet you have 350 in total or something where you probably should have 20 or 30 points. Who's on the sideline kind of leading the charge of, hey, we're still going to score. We're good.
Yeah. It's I've got to say Tanner. Tanner does an awesome job at that. Before every series we go out, he's talking to every position, the O-line, the running backs, receivers, tight ends, just everyone, and saying, hey, let's go do this. Let's go put points on the board. And the good thing about last night, it wasn't just Tanner. It was everyone. It was everyone getting pumped and motivated. And so I think that was really key in our victory is everyone kept their heads up and everyone knew we could do it. So.
Mitchell Juergens, BYU senior wide receiver, joining us on BYU Sports Nation. Played through a sprained shoulder last night, had a career-high 10 catches and a 30-13 win over the UConn Huskies. BYU now 3-2. What did Guy Holliday say to the receivers last night coming off of the Michigan game? And he had issued that challenge, but after a solid performance from the whole core.
Yeah, one of the main things, and not only Coach Holliday, but I think all of the coaches, they stressed was we were just really excited to get back out on the field. The UConn game couldn't come soon enough. We knew that, Michigan wasn't our best performance. It wasn't what we were capable of for reaching our potential. And so coming out to UConn, we were just so excited to get back out on the field because we knew it's like, hey, we're going to play physical, we're going to play fast, and we're going to play some good BYU football. And so that was, we all had that mentality, and the coaches helped us to prepare this week, so we were able to do that.
Was there anything to the discussion of playing 3 road games in September, traveling? Did that have an effect on that game? And did you feel that maybe playing a home game this week, the juxtaposition of that?
I'm not sure. I think being, one thing about being independent and what Bronco has mentioned to us is being an independent school, we're going to go on the road a lot. Especially to start these series with teams, and so we're prepared for that. I don't think that played a factor. It's always awesome coming home and playing in front of our crowd. There's a new energy. There's an entire feel that's different, and it's a good different. And so always coming back home to play brings us motivation, gets us pumped, and I really feel like we're able to play to another level.
A tweet in from @HolyokeB says, Mitch, my wife has a friend named Megan in her class who wants a date.
Oh, jeez.
I knew that was going to happen. Oh, here comes another one. @CoolMamaV. Mitchell, my sister is cute, witty, athletic, and strong. #date.
Is this what this show's come to now?
I think yeah, Bronco ruined that for me. I think every time I'm on an interview show, I think there's going to be some tweets about dates, but
I want to apologize, but I'm not going to.
And it's BYU, man.
It is.
It's just part of the drill.
By the way, can you teach me how to Juergens? And when I say that, the celebration where you catch the Starman moment where you catch the ball against Boise State and boom, the arms go up. Fantastic. I talked to Garrett about this, but what happened in that moment? As we're looking at it on BYUtv right now, and all of you have seen this. What happened?
Yeah, so, I mean, when the ball was up, I honestly didn't think the ball was coming to me. I've kind of talked about this, and so when Tanner lobbed it up to me, I just knew I had to make a play. And when I jumped up and caught it and then came down, it took me until I was on the ground to realize, hey, I still had the ball in my hand. I caught it, and I think we just went up. And so that was just pure elation, pure excitement, and so that was the natural response.
It was so fluid. It was like one motion, it was like a breakdance move, boom.
It looked as if I practiced it, but I honestly didn't. I think it was the first time I've ever done that.
It was the muscle in your body.
It was the stuck landing. It's like a gymnastics move, and you stick the landing.
I gave that a 10.
Yeah, do I get a 10
did.
for that?
Really good. Yeah, we want people to Juergens around campus.
There's
We joked about that.
There's the Juergens jive. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we need people to send in their best Juergens moments
That would be awesome.
from around BYU Sports Nation.
Okay, so is this a fourth quarter team? You guys are plus 39 in the fourth. If you take out the UCLA game, you're outscoring opponents 50-3. What's up with that?
You know, it's. I think all this credit goes to the coaches, and especially as well the strength and conditioning staff. They've taught us to finish, to never give up, to grind to the end, and you know, it's awesome. We're a fourth quarter team, and that goes to show you, I think, how much heart each and every single one of the guys has, how much heart they play with, how much desire and desire to win. And so, you know, I love being out there with the guys. We couldn't do it without, you know, if we have to have that team, every single one, to be dialed into the same channel, the same program, and as we go and do that, you know, we're able to put points on the board in the end when it really matters.
BYU had 31 first downs last night. It's 10-7 UConn late in the third quarter. I imagine that you have to fight off frustration and some of those head-scratching moments where you're like, how are we losing this game? What are the conversations and the mental processes like in that moment?
Yeah, I think, you know, at that moment, it was obviously a little frustrating looking at the scoreboard because it was like, man, we're moving the ball. Defense is playing unbelievable, but we still only have 7 points. You know, what's going on? But I think that's what also gave us confidence is we were still moving the ball. And so we knew, hey, we just got to keep grinding, and we'll put the ball in the end zone. And so we knew, I mean, we kept running the ball, kept throwing the ball, and getting yards. So that wasn't a worry for us. So we knew we were going to get in the end zone.
Let's give Mitchell Juergens some BYU Sports Nation karma right now so he can heal up from that shoulder sprain.
Man, yeah,
Continue to perform well. East Carolina, a week from today. That game will be a 7:30 p.m. Eastern start, 5:30 Mountain Time. Countdown to kickoff an hour before that at 6:30 Eastern Time. Mitch, great to have you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for having me again.
Hashtag teach me how to Juergens.
And because of Kathy Aiken's story on the pregame show, I can tell you from Garrett.
The mole, right?
The mole, yeah.
There it is. There it is.
I was like, Garrett or Mitchell? Mitchell, yeah.
I can tell. See, I talk to Mitch so much after games and
You know
whatnot.
now?
Like now I can just tell.
You can tell?
I can
Okay.
just tell.
Yeah,
I'm to
it
that
happens.
point.
It happens with time.
Well, I just don't want the old twin switcheroo to happen. Like Garrett does the interview, Mitchell's at home. I just don't want that.
Hey, let BYU Sports Nation know if you need some help
Oh, my goodness.
locking down a date. I don't think you will, though, obviously.
Such a BYU thing, man.
It is. It's General Conference Saturday, Jared.
Gotta love Provo, huh?
We play after further review after this.